Hello and welcome to the Class Experiment. This might be a noisy one because we've got several hawks flying over doing their calls. Got the rooster doing rooster stuff. So if you're hearing that in the background, well, it's one of the two. So if you saw my post earlier today, this morning, you'll pretty much know what this is about. I showed up to work yesterday, and just in case you're wondering, no, I did not quit my job. What ended up happening was I get there, I clock in, and there's literally nobody else around. It was kind of like something out of those zombie movies. Where you're like, if anybody pops up out of nowhere, aim for the head. So I go over to the trailer, I start setting up for the shift. And then the new boss comes around and says, hey, did so-and-so fill you in on what's going on? And I'm like, I haven't even seen anybody. So our shift is comprised of about 6 employees. As of yesterday, it's 5. So yesterday, one of the guys who's been on permanent layoff, he calls the office and says, hey, I want to put in my 2-week notice because this guy has not had a shift in over a month. And this is somebody who, unfortunately, when I first started there officially in 2021, he had been there for 2 years. About a year after that, he left to go work with an uncle. Did that for about a year and then came back, meaning he had no seniority. So yeah, bottom of the ladder. And no hours decides, well, I'm just going to be done with this. So what's the response? Oh, you're permanent layoff. You don't need 2 weeks. You're just terminated. You're terminated. Great timing on this part. So why was I the only one? Well, one of the other guys called in sick again. One of the other people that we have, so that's 2, the other people, she ended up getting a second job because no hours, which means no money, no benefits. So she gets another job and they keep trying to call her in where her other job has her scheduled to work, which, are you going to go to the one that hasn't been paying you, or are you going to go to the job that is paying you and scheduling you and, being reliable? So yeah, she's not coming in. Then there's another guy who he's worked, I think, 1 day maybe that I know of in the last month. They try to call him in. He's like, yeah, I can, but I gotta tell you, my back's been feeling kind of funny. He's like, I can still work. I don't know how much I can actually do, though. So they tell him to stay home. So out of the entire crew that they had, they lost 1 permanently. The other 4, for one reason or another, were not allowed to come in or able to. Which meant it was me to do the job of 3 people. The other downside, and I've been noticing this and seeing this a lot lately, shipping is down. The only upside to yesterday was we barely had half a trailer, which is not good. This is not a full-size trailer. This is one of the short trailers. You know those trucks that drag 2 trailers behind it because they're like maybe 2/3 the length of a normal one. Yeah, it was one of those. So shipping was down. I was scanning the packages, not my normal job. I was unloading some of the packages, not my job. And then there's me eventually, because they had the drivers unloading their own trucks, which was kind of entertaining in itself, because aside from driving and delivering, they do not like doing anything extra at all, regardless of whether they're still on the clock making 30, 40 some dollars an hour. Actually, I think the top pay rate now is like 50 something with the new union contract. So no, I don't feel bad for those guys. So, what else happened last night? Oh yeah, the boss, he decides he was going to help out. So he goes over to one of the guys and says, hey, how do I scan these small packages into these bags? So the guy takes a couple minutes and explains to him, like, you do this, you do that, you scan here, you scan that, and it goes in the trailer. Oh, okay. So then the other guy goes off to do the job that he's supposed to be doing, and the boss is helping out by not scanning a package at all, not one, setting it down, and then talking to the mechanic for 15 minutes before wandering away. So yeah, the whole leading by example thing, not a thing anymore. Management apparently is not taught this either in the military or in business, managerial school, whatever the hell qualifications they have in order to become like a middle manager at one of these places. Because it's not a thing. It just doesn't happen anymore. Instead of showing the rest of the staff, hey, this is what you should be doing in order to help out, it's just kind of like, yeah, I don't want to do this. Which leads other people to see this behavior and go, yeah, I don't want to be doing this either. And if he doesn't want to be doing this and I don't want to be doing this, well, I shouldn't be doing it either. So yeah, I can't imagine tonight is going to be any better. And the thing is, they have to rely on, when things like this happen, certain drivers coming in and being willing to stick around and help out with certain things. Otherwise, it is just me. Do I get paid triple for doing the job of 3 people? No. The only day anybody gets paid triple, that is Black Friday. And depending on who the manager is, depends on whether or not the union contract is filed. It is, yeah, followed. Because yeah, there's been some issues with that. So needless to say, stuff didn't go down yesterday as anticipated, because I have a feeling the boss man was just like, well, today's not the day to piss anybody off, because otherwise we'll have 0 employees here. And here's the other thing. Nobody knows how to do half the shit that's supposed to be done. The supervisor doesn't. Most of the drivers don't know how to work the scanners. It is pure chaos. Nobody is cross-trained on anything. including the people that's supposed to know how all the jobs function. Isn't it weird how that works? Yeah, I'm in charge here. Hey, how do I do this job? No idea. Good Lord, these birds are loud. It is too cold for it to be mating season, so what is going on? Not exactly good hunting behavior, right? Could you imagine going deer hunting and then just screaming the whole time at the side of the field, waiting for deer to come out? These hawks must be some of the dumbest hunters ever. So anyways, that's where we're at. Just chaos, pure chaos. And if it wasn't for the fact that some of it is kind of entertaining in a way, watching people, there's the one boss who's leaving, and I don't blame him. He just kind of nonchalantly just kind of wanders around like, I don't have to deal with this anymore. Nope, that's his problem. Meanwhile, the other guy, I don't know what the heck that is. What is making all that racket? Oh, another hawk. So yeah, he just kind of wanders around just chatting with people. Like maybe if you have a podcast, you can get paid to just talk while on the clock. But I don't know, just wandering around, shooting the shit. Not very productive. Not setting a good example. Just do not understand the behavior. But good Lord, it's the same person who's going to come around and say, hey, less talking, more working. Just following your example, bro. So anyways, that is about it for me today. Something's got these hawks going. Keep on typing.